The knock was soft, too soft for the storm, but the human soldier heard it anyway. He stood up slowly, hand near his sidearm. Snow slammed the windows. Wind howled through the cracks in the cabin walls. Another knock. Not forceful, not desperate, just inviting. He opened the door. There she was, a woman, not quite human. Her skin was a glowing pale blue, her lips trembling. Wet hair stuck to her cheeks. Her white dress clung to every inch of her, not hiding much. Behind her stood 3 small figures, children, also blue-skinned, silent, shivering. She looked up at him with eyes that burned through the cold. "Are you the human?" she asked, voice low, almost a whisper. "I heard you're warm." He didn't answer. She stepped forward, snow crunching under her bare feet. "I don't need your food," she said. "I just need your heat." The soldier looked at the kids behind her. One of them had frost on their eyelashes. Another hugged the third tightly. "And my children need a father." That last line made him blink. He'd heard some strange things on this planet, but nothing like that. "Lady," he muttered, "you're freezing. You'll die out here." She smiled. "That's why I came to you." He let her in. The fire cracked. In the corner, she walked toward it without waiting. The kids followed and huddled beside her. The soldier stood near the door, unsure. "What's your name?" he asked. "Does it matter?" she replied, lowering herself to the floor, her dress falling open slightly at the collar. "You can call me whatever you want, as long as I get to call you Warm." The soldier swallowed. He didn't know what was going on, but she was trouble, beautiful trouble. She looked back at him and tilted her head. "You're staring," she said. "Do you want me to take off the dress? It's wet. I wouldn't want to drip on your floor." He coughed. No, it's fine." One of the children climbed into her lap. Another looked at the human and asked, "Are you going to be our new dad?" He nearly dropped the kettle. She chuckled. "They're just kids," she said. "But they know what they want, just like me." The soldier handed her a blanket. She didn't take it. Instead, she stood, slowly, walked over to him, close enough to feel her cold breath. "A blanket is nice, but I'd rather crawl into your bed." He looked into her eyes, and for a moment, forgot about the war, the cold, and even the rules of Earth Command. "You're not safe here," he finally said. "If anyone finds you, they won't," she whispered, "unless you tell them." She reached out, touched his hand, cold fingers on warm skin. "Let me stay. Let me warm your bed." Before he could answer, a loud knock shook the door. He froze. She didn't move. The kids looked scared. One whispered, "He found us." The woman closed her eyes for a second, then turned to the door. Voice icy now. "That's my ex." The soldier raised his weapon slowly. "Is he here for you?" She nodded, then looked back at the human, smile returning. "He thinks he owns me, but if you want me, you'll have to fight him for me." She took a step closer, brushing her lips near his ear. "Win me, and I'll show you how hot a cold-blooded girl can really get." She turned around. "Or you can open that door and let him take me back." The knock came again, harder. This time the human looked at her, then at the door. His heart pounded. "So what's it gonna be, human?" she asked, eyes gleaming. Comment question for viewers to boost engagement. Would you fight her ex if she offered her bed in return? *. The knock stopped. Silence filled the small wooden cabin, except for the fire popping and her quiet breathing. She stood near the door now, back straight, like a warrior or a lover waiting for a decision. The soldier didn't move. Her voice broke the silence. "I told him I left him forever, but he doesn't like no. He thinks I'm still his property." She turned and looked him over. "You don't look like someone who shares." He slowly lowered his weapon. "He's not coming in, not unless he wants a bullet." She smiled, slow and wicked. Protective and warm. "I made the right choice." The kids had fallen asleep beside the fire, curled up in a blanket. She stepped around them and walked toward the bed. His bed. "Do humans still sleep alone?" she asked over her shoulder. "Because I don't plan to." He didn't answer. She sat on the edge, her wet dress still clinging to her thighs. "You didn't say no," she whispered. "So, I'll take that as a yes." She slid under the covers, just like that. "It's cold," she teased. Aren't you going to be a good host and join me? He hesitated, then kicked off his boots. You're still wet, he said. That dress, then help me take it off, she said flatly. He froze. She chuckled softly. Kidding, she winked. Unless you're offering. He slid in beside her. The bed was narrow. Her body pressed to his instantly cold, but getting warmer, fast. Human body heat is strange, she whispered. It makes everything tingle. He cleared his throat. You should sleep. I will, if you stop pretending you're not enjoying this. She placed her head on his chest. Her fingers slowly drew circles over his ribs, you know. She said softly, on my planet. Sleeping together isn't just rest, it's bonding. Bonding, he repeated. MMHM, she hummed. Once I sleep beside you, it means I'm yours. That's fast. You humans waste too much time. She looked up. Do you want me to wait for the stars to align? Or do you want me to warm your bed tonight? He didn't answer. She took that as a yes. Her breathing slowed. She really did sleep, or maybe pretended to, curled beside him. The fire dimmed. The cold outside was brutal, but inside the bed, there was something else. Something new. The morning came fast. Too fast. He opened his eyes to find her already awake, staring at him. You snore a little, she said. It's cute. For a war machine. The kids were still asleep on the rug. She leaned closer, eyes soft. Last night, I felt something I haven't in a long time. Warmth? He asked. No, she smirked. Safety. She touched his lips with her finger, and maybe a little arousal. He raised an eyebrow. Only a little. Don't flatter yourself. Human, she teased. You still have to prove you can protect me. Just then, a sound outside. Snow crunching. Boots. The human sat up fast. She was already at the window. Oh no, she whispered. That's not him. What do you mean? She looked pale now, even for her blue skin. That's his brother. He brought others. The soldier grabbed his weapon. More X's. No, she said. His tribe. How many? She didn't answer, just whispered. Too many. A loud voice echoed from outside. We know she's in there. Bring her out, or we take her. The soldier looked at her. She looked calm. To calm. They want me back, she said. But I already bonded. She reached for his hand. You fight for your home, right? He nodded slowly. Then, fight for me. The front door handle rattled, and she whispered, if I survive this, I'll make sure you never sleep alone again. Naughty comment tease for viewers. Would you share your bed if she promised never to leave it? The front door slammed open. Snow burst inside like a wave of icy air. The soldier raised his weapon. 3 alien males stood outside, tall, armored, and blue-skinned like her, but harder, colder. With eyes like knives, one stepped forward. His voice cut through the wind. You stole her. The soldier narrowed his eyes. She walked here. On her own. The alien sneered. She was mine. She bore my blood. She warmed my bed. The woman stepped forward, placing herself between them. You lost me the night you raised your hand. You think I'm yours just because we made children. She turned slightly, glancing at the human. He doesn't treat me like property. He treats me like something worth protecting. The soldier didn't flinch. You want to talk or fight? The alien growled. Fight. Winner keeps her. Loser dies. She rolled her eyes. Ugh. Males and their games. The soldier whispered to her. That's a real rule. It is, she said with a smirk. But don't worry. I bite when I'm excited. He looked at her. Is now a good time to be excited? She leaned in, voice teasing. If you win, I'll show you how excited I can really get. He stepped outside. No armor, no backup, just boots, a coat, and a gun. The X tossed him a blade. Fight like a warrior, the alien said. Not a coward with toys. The human caught it. Eyes locked. I fight like a human. You sure you want that? The alien tribe formed a circle. The kids peeked from the cabin window. She stood in the doorway, watching. The X lunged. The blade clashed. The human ducked, spun, and used the snow, slippery, rough, to slam the alien down. No honor, no mercy, just instinct. He fought smart. Dirty. When the alien grabbed his leg, the soldier kicked his knee backward. It snapped. The alien screamed. The tribe moved. but she raised her hand. He asked to finish it. The soldier grabbed the blade, held it at the alien's throat. "You done?" he asked. The X growled. "She's mine." The soldier looked at her. She stood tall, unshaken. "Tell him," the human said. She stepped forward, eyes fierce. "I bonded with him. He's mine now." The X froze. His rage turned to shock. That one word, bonded, meant everything. On their planet, the other aliens lowered their weapons. She smiled slightly. "You can go now. Try not to limp too hard." The alien crawled away, humiliated. The tribe vanished into the white mist. The soldier dropped the blade. "I didn't kill him. Good," she said, stepping close. "Because I still want you to have strength for tonight." He raised an eyebrow. "Tonight? You saved me," she whispered. "You fought for me." She pressed her chest against him. "Now let me fight. For your pleasure." He opened the door. The kids cheered, but she stopped him before he entered. "Wait." "What?" She leaned close to his ear. "You still haven't earned the right to see me without this dress." He blinked. "So, how do I earn it?" She kissed his neck, lips barely brushing skin. "Survive the night." Inside the cabin, a blinking red light appeared on his comm unit. "Incoming transmission. Earth command. Urgent." He froze. "You told no one about me, right?" She asked softly. The screen read, "Your location is compromised. Extract immediately." Naughty comment tease for viewers. Would you stay with her if Earth told you to leave? Asterisk. The blinking red light pulsed like a heartbeat. Earth. Command, extract immediately. Location compromised. The soldier stared at it. She stood behind him, arms crossed, eyes unreadable. "Let me guess," she said, voice like velvet. "Your bosses don't like you bonding with blue-skinned alien mothers." He didn't reply. "They're sending someone?" she asked. He nodded. "They think I've been taken hostage." She stepped closer, her dress brushing his arm. "Maybe you have," she whispered. He turned to face her. "If Earth comes for me, what will your people do?" "Depends," she smiled. "Will you fight for me again?" The kids were asleep in the corner. Her hands were on his chest now. "You fought dirty," she said. "I like that. Humans don't fight fair," he muttered. "We fight to win." Her fingers slid down slowly, teasingly. "Then win me again." But before her lips touched his, the comm beeped again, louder this time. "Hostile units detected approaching. Prepare for combat." He pulled back, grabbed his gear, and opened the hatch in the floor. "Get the kids in the tunnel, now." "You're not running, are you?" she said. "No," he growled. "I'm setting a trap." 10 minutes later, he was outside, hidden in the snowline. Rifle ready, a sleek drone zipped overhead. He shot it down with a single pulse. From the ridge came the sharp growl of a human landing craft, sleek, gray, fast. 3 soldiers emerged, Earth's elite. Black armor, no emotions. They scanned the cabin. They didn't see him yet. Target confirmed. Isolate alien female. Detain. Soldier if hostile. He moved fast, like ghosts in the snow. Tossed a flash grenade into the cabin. Bang. Screams. Smoke. 1 soldier down. The others scattered. He dropped them one by one, fast, ruthless. 0 hesitation. Inside, she stood behind the fire, holding a long curved blade. "You're bleeding," she said, touching his cheek. "Not mine." "Hot," she whispered. "I know. I meant the way you fight. Still hot." She laughed, then looked around at the broken gear, smoldering armor, and blinking helmet lights. "You can't go back now," she said. He stared at her, chest rising. "Didn't plan to." She tilted her head. "Are you really choosing me over your entire species?" He walked over to her. "I've seen what my species does to people like you." He looked at the kids. "And I've seen what you do for them." She stepped into him. Her voice dropped. "Then let me do something for you." She reached for his belt buckle. "Ho." He smirked. "No more enemies out there." "They're not the enemy anymore," she whispered. "They lost." "What about Earth?" "They never stood a chance." They collapsed into the bed again. This time, no cold between them. Just heat. Just your hand on his heart. And her breath on his neck. "If you had died out there," she said, "I would have avenged you. You barely know me, I know." "Your warmth," she said softly. "That's more than enough." He stroked her hair. "You're dangerous." You're mine. Later that night, he checked the comm unit again. The screen had changed. Soldier status, OFF grid punishable. BY court-martial. He smiled. She rolled over, her dress falling off one shoulder. What now, human? Now, he said, pulling her closer. I fight to keep you. Suddenly, a red light blinked on her skin. He looked down. What's that? She froze. They tagged me before I escaped. A countdown started glowing on her collarbone. 059 or 058, 057. They're coming, she whispered. Not for you. For all of us. Commentees, would you go rogue, if she said. You were hers, asterisk. The countdown glowed on her skin. 045, 044, 043. He stared at it, then at her face. She wasn't scared. She was focused. They didn't just tag me, she said. They marked me as property. That thing gonna explode, no, she whispered. But it will send my location to every hunter. Ship in orbit. He grabbed his gear. Then we move. Now, she woke the children quickly. No panic, just urgency. They trusted her. They trusted him. Where are we going? He asked as they stepped into the snowy dark. She looked over her shoulder, eyes glowing faintly in the moonlight. To a place even Earth doesn't know exists. Somewhere I can show you what I really am. They traveled through frozen woods, past broken signs, shattered metal towers buried in ice. The girl, the youngest, held the human's hand tight. He didn't let go. Snow fell heavier now. But she moved like she knew the land. Like it was part of her. Finally, they reached it. A hidden slope, covered in vines and white moss. She pushed aside a pile of roots, revealing a metal hatch, old, human-made. What is this? He asked. She looked at him and smiled. You're not the first human to come here, soldier. Your kind came before, years ago. They built this place, but they abandoned it. Or maybe they were silenced. And you've been living near it the whole time. Not just living, she said. I was born in it. They climbed down into the hidden structure. Lights flickered to life. Old tech, Earth-tech. Steel walls, vents, desks, data logs. And in the center, a cryopod. With a dead human inside. That's my father, she said quietly. He stayed behind when Earth left. Fell in love with my mother. So you're half human. Not quite, she said, tilting her head. More like human compatible. She stepped close, looking into his eyes. That means I can bond, love, mate, and yes, reproduce. He swallowed. You brought me here just to tell me that. No, she smirked. I brought you here because I want you to finish what your people started. Rebuild the colony. Build something better, she whispered. With me, she leaned in, pressing her body against his. You warm more than just beds, human. You make me feel safe, wanted, needed. He asked. Oh, very much needed. They explored deeper into the underground base. Medical bays, sleeping quarters, weapon storage, everything overgrown with roots and frost. She activated a hidden console. A hologram flickered to life. Earth command, year 2231. Evacuation code, ABO4. Colony compromised. All personnel withdrawn. They left you behind, he said. No, she whispered. My father chose to stay. She looked up at him again. And now, so have you. Suddenly, the screen blinked red. Incoming signal detected. Tracking beacon active. The countdown was almost gone. We're out of time, she said. We have to remove the tag. Where is it? Buried, she said, pulling aside her hair and revealing her neck. You're gonna have to cut it out. He blinked. Seriously? You like getting under my skin, don't you? She teased. She handed him a sterile blade. Don't worry. I'm used to pain. Just be gentle, human. She didn't flinch as he cut into her skin. Precise, slow, careful. The tag popped out. Still blinking. She took it, kissed it, goodbye, control, and crushed it beneath her boot. But then the distant explosion shook the walls. The kid screamed. She grabbed his hand. They've already locked onto the last signal. They're coming here, now. Red emergency lights flared to life. A robotic voice echoed from the old intercom. Unknown craft detected. Hostiles approaching. Defend the colony. She Looked at him, eyes full of both fire and fear. I hope you're not tired. Human, because I'm ready to ride you into battle. Naughty comment tease for viewers. Would you go into battle if she promised to ride after? Asterisk. The red lights pulsed through the cold steel hallways of the abandoned colony. Snow dusted in from a cracked ceiling vent. The soldier held his rifle close. Eyes locked on the blinking radar. 3 heat signatures approaching. Fast, she stood beside him. Calm, gorgeous, deadly. They're coming for me, she said. But they'll kill you first. They'll try, he muttered. The kids hid in the back room, tucked under a table. She walked to him, put a hand on his chest. Her fingers traced the edge of his gear. We don't have much time, she said. So let me say this now. She looked into his eyes, not playful, not teasing. Real. You made me feel safe again. Not just safer seen. He blinked. You're not just a soldier, human. You're the reason I still believe in warmth. He almost smiled. Is this where you kiss me? He asked. She leaned in slowly. No, this is where I ask you to choose. A sudden beep broke the moment. His communicator buzzed. A private signal from Earth Command. He stepped away and accepted the encrypted audio feed. Sergeant Carter, the voice crackled. We've confirmed your location. You're now marked as non-compliant. Sir, shut up and listen. The voice was firm, robotic. Cold, this is your last chance. Abandon the target. Return to the extraction point. Bring the alien female in for debriefing. Or stay behind and be cut off forever. The line went silent. He stood there, breathing heavy. She watched him. What did they say? That I can leave, if I give you up. She tilted her head. No sadness, no fear. Just something else. Then go, she said, stepping back. You owe me nothing. Is that what you want? She took a long breath. I want you to choose me. Not because of orders, not because of pity, because you want this. She walked closer again. I want you to stay, not just in my bed, but in my life. He looked at her and knew. She wasn't a mission. She was his. Reason. He crushed the communicator under his boot. They'll send more, she said quietly. Let them. He took her hand, pulled her close. You said you wanted to bond, right? She smiled slowly, lips inches from his. You ready for the bite? If it means I get to keep you, sink your teeth, baby. She leaned in, her breath warm against his neck. Then bite. Not pain, just pressure, heat. A sudden surge of emotion, connection, need. He gasped as something ancient, alien, and beautiful lit up inside him. Their hearts beat together. You're mine now, she whispered, and I'll kill for what's mine. Suddenly alarms. Double quotes intruders. Breaching hull. He grabbed his gun. She grabbed the blades from a secret compartment. You fight fair this time, she teased. Nope, good. I like it dirty. They moved as one. Gunfire lit the hallways. Enemies poured in. Drones, mercenaries, Earth-branded armor. He shot fast, accurate, no hesitation. She moved like a shadow, cutting through the soldiers with silent fury. They fought together, not as species, not as lovers, but as one. Minutes later, silence returned. Bodies on the ground, snow falling through the roof. Her hand found his, blood on both their skin. I knew you'd choose me. He smirked. Was it the eyes? No. It was the way you made me moan when you shot that first bastard in the chest. They both laughed. The kids peeked out, running to them. Safe. Alive. Together. She kissed him then. Truly kissed him. Not to tease. Not to tempt. To promise. Cliffhanger. Far above. A fleet of Earth ships broke orbit. One final message beamed to the abandoned colony. Last warning. Surrender the female, or be wiped out. She looked at the sky. They don't scare me. She turned to him. But if you're staying, you better give me more than just a kiss. Comment tease for viewers. Would you risk your planet just to kiss her again? Asterisk. The message burned on the cracked screen. Surrender the female. Final warning. You have 1 hour. The human stared at it. She stood beside him, eyes wild, lips bruised from their kiss, hair messy from battle. They'll glass this place, he said. Flatten it from orbit. Let them. She whispered. We'll rebuild. Just like last time. There was no last time, he said. This time, we fight back. She stepped close, slowly pulled his hand to her stomach. His fingers stopped. Still. Warm. Then a movement. He froze. Is that? She nodded. You're not just fighting for me anymore, she said. You're fighting for us. His breath hitched. That was fast, he muttered. She smirked. I told you. Bonding is efficient on my planet. Also, you're very potent. He blinked. So you mean, yes, human. You knocked me up. Outside, thunder rolled. The sky above cracked open as Earth's fleet began lowering orbit. Dark, mechanical, brutal. She walked to the control panel, fingers dancing across ancient buttons. I've been saving this, she said. My father's last weapon. One blast shielded, alien-infused, colony-grade cannon. And it still works. He asked. Only once, she said. So make it count. He looked at the sky, then back at her. You sure you want to raise a kid with a war criminal? She stepped in, pressed her body into him. Only if he's mine. Fully, completely. In every way. You're not afraid of Earth, no, she whispered. I'm afraid you'll forget how good I made you feel in bed. He smiled. That's unforgettable. Then let's give them a reason to remember you. 30 minutes left. He prepped the cannon. She ray-rooted the shield grid. The kids handed him tools like little assistants in a sci-fi garage. Dad, one of them said, are you gonna blow up Earth? He paused. No, kid. I'm just gonna make Earth listen. 10 minutes left. The cannon whirred. He took one last look at her, and at the growing life inside her. After this, he said, I'm yours. You already were, she replied. You just hadn't admitted it yet. She handed him the ignition chip. Let's light it up, Daddy. Boom. The sky screamed. A beam of fire shot through the clouds, clipping the edge of Earth's command cruiser. Not destroyed, but crippled. Smoke poured from its belly. Lights went dark. Seconds later, the fleet turned. Retreating. Running. Earth had seen enough. Silence. Then wind. Snow. Peace. She stood beside him, holding his hand. You stayed. I chose you, he said. Over command, over comfort, over everything. She leaned in. Then I guess I owe you something. A thank you. No, she smiled. Another night in bed. The kids ran circles around the old colony. She dragged him inside. The door shut. The fire returned. And her dress, gone before he could blink. Welcome home, human. Epilogue. Years later. The stars burn above a rebuilt colony. New life grows in the soil. A little half-human child sits on the soldier's shoulders, pointing at the stars. Daddy, where's Earth? He grins. Far away, kid. But your mom made sure they never forget us. She walks up behind him, kisses his cheek, and whispers, you're still warm. Even after all these years. He looks at her. You're still mine. Final comment hook for viewers. Would you give up Earth for a woman who gave you fire, family, and forever?